Hi. Hey, today's episode is brought to you by warbyparker.com. It's the eyeglass place. Now, here's what you do. You go to warbyparker.com and order. They basically have a system where you order different types of what to figure out what looks good on you based on their glasses. They're home try-ons, and then you pick one for purchase that you want. The promo code is the champs, all small case, the champs. That gets you free 2-day expedited shipping on the purchase glasses. Okay. So the other thing I would say is what I did. I went on Warby Parker. If you live in New York or in LA, there is a Warby Parker store. Go there, pick out whichever ones you want, then order online. It's just way easier. Otherwise, do the thing where you go on warbyparker.com and you type in the champs promo code, and you'll get free shipping. All right. You're nice. You're nice. All right. Bye-bye. warbyparker.com.
Apologize.
Oh, do we have dates? Oh, I would like to point out that you have become the person on I used to be like, fuck it. Whenever we do them, we do them. And now you're just like, fuck it. We do them, we do them.
Fuck it. I've been busy, man.
I know. I'm with you, man.
I got to tell you, speaking of people complaining on the internet, because a lot of people have been complaining about the infrequency of our episodes, and we're trying to get back on track. But we're having relationship problems, Neal and I. But no, I got to tell you, all of our listeners, don't tweet at me to tell me that Neal blocked you on Twitter, because I can't help. I'm not going to help. I'm not invested in your struggle with Neal.
There's a few people that one of them went on, I did a Reddit AMA, and he went on there just to say,
shit.
why did, and I go, well, I wrote, no one gets blocked for no reason. And he wrote back, I tried to talk to you the way Moshe does. I was like, nope, well, that's why he got blocked then.
Guys, you got to understand, if Neal and I weren't in a business relationship, he would have blocked me 10 times.
Yeah, no, I would follow you and mute you.
Yeah.
That'd be my move.
I think I only have one date.
Right.
I have Denver Comedy Works the first weekend in October. And I think that I will be in Chicago in October as well, the 16, 17. Although production at the show that I'm working on is getting real crazy, and I might have to bow out of some things. But I don't know if I should announce this here, Neal. I don't want to make you angry.
Again, your announcements.
I have another podcast coming out.
Yeah, fine.
This very month. It's a live-only show. It's called the Hound Tall Discussion Series, like a dog, like a tall dog, a tall hound, Hound Tall. It'll be on the Nerdist Network. And each month, we will tackle we'll get an expert on to tackle a different topic. We've done death, we've done physics, we're doing time travel soon, harems. It's really fun.
Harems?
Yeah, I had a girl who was in the harem of the Sultan of Brunei.
Oh yeah, she's a writer, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's super fun, and it's totally different than the champs because it's always live. And it'll only be monthly. It won't cut into my champs.
No
time.
black people. By the way, we only have black people on here. This is Harrison. Yeah, this is our guest. I'm going to be in Nashville at Zany's. Look for me. I don't know what the dates are. I can't find them on my phone, but I think it's October or November. That's all I have.
That buttery voice, nealbrennan.com.
Mr. Samsung.
You should tell everybody, by the way, not only do people mistake my and Neal's voices, but I was recently acting in an episode of Garfunkel and Oates, the new show on IFC. You saw that episode?
Not at all.
You look at all the content I'm involved in, but never see what I do.
Yeah, just keep tabs from afar, but never actually. That extra click that's a lot of effort.
I hear you. And Neal got a tweet that said,
I got a tweet saying I was glad to see Neal Brennan on Garfunkel and Oates.
Neal Brennan was not on Garfunkel and Oates.
No,
Moshe Kasher was. You can tell our faces apart at least.
Yeah, that you should be able to.
Should we start
I feel high pitch. Yeah. Let's do anything. You got to promote basketball, right?
Yeah. So you can find me at Punchline Theater in San Francisco.
No, you're going to be at the.
July,
you're going to be. When does the season start?
Season starts training camp September 30th. First game end of October.
Do basketball
September
players
30th?
have to promote basketball?
No, it's funny.
No, I know. I find it funny, but then I started.
You never have to. Well, we can talk about this. Hold on. All right, let's start the show. Go to the
salary schedule. What
what they're tall, where they went to college, where they went to high school, everything. It's pretty.
Let's put some music right here.
Yeah, no, we will. And
Now you're fucking with the champs.
Yeah, we're here. It's
Yeah, well,
champs. Fucking with
we're
you.
back.
You're fucking with us back.
Our guest today, comedy lover, Harris and basketball player,
An Oakland resident.
warrior,
A warrior.
a fucking warrior, a Golden State
business.
Warrior.
Town business.
You got to hold the mic closer to your face.
That's real town business is holding the
Yeah,
mic.
like straight up like that. Yeah,
Oh,
I know
my
you're
fault.
not used to
I
doing.
thought I was like,
no,
you
you
know,
ain't doing no improv. You're not
I thought I was like
doing
a
the hip hop.
hip-hop.
No, everybody
it's an
likes to hip hop
ongoing
the
issue.
mic.
I have to do like the
Yeah,
comedians do it.
Poindexter.
Yeah, you got to do the post game playoff thing.
I got to get my water breaks down too.
You're a Golden State Warrior. You're from. You've been on Golden State 2 years.
This
You
is
live
how
in-
we interview, by the way. We
you
don't
live
ask
in
questions.
Oak- I just
we
tell you what you've been
facts
doing.
about your own life.
You've
just
been. I know.
continuous
I know.
dialogue.
I mean, I know that you. I watched you play for Golden State, and then you got involved in comedy. You said last summer because you went to Chappelle's birthday party in Houston, and then you went to the Oddball show, and then you were stupid enough to go to Houston for Chappelle's birthday. I was lucky enough to get out of it, and then now you're friends with a bunch of comedians. So I know very little about you before last year's playoffs. Which I'm not
I was
alone,
a pretty
right?
boring person. I mean, it wasn't.
No, but you're from a boring place. Tell people where you're from.
I'm from Iowa. You know, great place, Ames.
Yeah, we both fell asleep. This has been post-recorded after this session. I'm
All right,
This is
okay,
coming from
but
the guy from North Oakland, which I've been to, and Neal, you're
I'm
from.
from Philly, and
mean,
but I'm.
What is
Philly.
Iowa like? Was it great? Was it
What is it?
wholesome?
Are there any
Iowa's
black people in
great,
Iowa?
man. You know, yeah, you know, per capita, it's quite a few.
Is it really?
White
Probably
people?
more than Philly.
You're full of shit. No, but where like a small town, right?
Yeah, I'm from where Iowa State is. So
How
it's
did
like
your
college
family
campus.
end up there? How did like the
So my mom's originally from
Barnes
Mississippi.
end up there? Okay.
So she went to school at Iowa State. It was very nice. They treated people well up there, so she just kind of stayed up there, and that's where my sister and I were raised.
And I believe you said you had a single. She was a single mother.
She was a single mother. That's correct.
Because I sent him the article. There was a New York Times article saying that two-parent homes are more likely to create an NBA player than single-parent homes.
Is that right?
Yeah, which you go,
Well, I
that's
guess that makes
crazy.
sense. No, why? Because
I
there's a
thought
dad
honestly
there.
would have been the opposite way around.
But usually a
Yeah,
Most
no.
people that come to the NBA are, come
Yeah.
from single parent homes.
But wait, usually a two-parent
No,
home.
you're saying they create single-parent homes. Folks, they fuck girls and they don't raise them.
Oh, and then they leave
That's
town.
yeah.
Shots fired.
They
Only
shoot.
other people's champ.
No, yeah, not shots at you. This is about Rasheed Wallace. You know that.
But
That's my UNC guy. Come on, man.
it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
If you
that's
grow
right.
up with your father, he's the one that's going to teach you basketball. I mean, I never played horse with my mom.
Yeah, it said stuff in the article like nutrition, shit you wouldn't think about, like nutrition and like staying. Well, although like
It's all numbers, man. I mean, my mom, she was never. I mean, she'll admit that she's a great basketball player, but she was not that good of a basketball player.
did she play for Iowa State?
No, she didn't. She just
Okay.
loved the game, and that's how I got.
But she
onto
played
it.
basketball, your mom?
Nah, she just loved it. I mean,
She
in
just
her
loved the
mind, I
game.
mean, she was an all-star in her mind, but just never was able to physically actually do anything.
Do you know
Right.
your dad at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Is he tall?
Not about 6'4".
That's
How
tall.
tall's your mom?
She claims she's 5'5". She's about 5'3".
Well, where did you come from?
Man,
How tall are you?
6'8".
6'8". Oh, so you're not astronomical. Wait, that's pretty damn tall, isn't it?
No, 6'8's very tall.
Yeah, that's very
That's
tall.
like average
Yeah.
NBA height, though. You know, like
Yeah.
now there's two guys taller than me. You know, two guys shorter than me in the lineup. You
The
know,
dynamic.
No, we know
here-
how averages work. Thanks.
The dynamic, but what I don't know is how basketball works. That's the dynamic here. I have watched very few basketball games in my life. I respect what you do. I just know nothing about it.
No, that's all right. But that I
North
don't.
Oakland. I mean, how do you not rep Run TMC? I mean, like, where are you from?
You fuck with Bass
Who you
Brothers.
with?
That's about
I fuck with polo. That's my game.
the North Oakland Polo Club. All right, but all right. So Iowa, older sister, younger sister,
Younger sister, 15.
and did you grow up around all white people
White and Asian.
and Asian?
There
Interesting.
was some Asian because it's college town. So
Right.
there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up around a lot of different people, but mostly white and Asian.
And all right, so then you went to. How did you end up going to North Carolina?
I mean, I got some offers when I was in high school, and that
So
was-
is it like He Got Game or whatever, where it's like straight up, like letters, shitloads of letters, When did you realize, like, this I might be? You dream of going to college and the NBA, but when did you realize, like, wait a minute, I'm better than everyone I play against?
Ooh, I mean, after my sophomore year in high school, that's when I got a lot of offers.
Right.
But mostly before that, it was just like local things. So I didn't know if
Right.
it was like, look, I'm the local kid who can dunk. Maybe they're just
Right.
Here's an offer or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, we're looking for a dunker.
Yeah, you got. It's like local theater, like theater and fairs and things. You go dunk for the local fair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Woo,
Right.
you're great.
He's a dunker.
You should be in a dunk contest.
Yeah.
And, you can't. Now, so after my sophomore year, I started getting like national offers. Then I was like, wow, I can really play college basketball.
Were you not better than everybody? Were you the best person on your team freshman and sophomore year, or no?
So I came off the bench my freshman year of high school.
As to like teach you a lesson, kind of thing.
Nah, I was just like, I was kind of just a raw player. Like I
Right.
was just, I didn't really have any skill. I just love the game. I just played a lot of
Right.
energy.
But also, it's funny. I always think about it with basketball players. Like, you have to be good and care, and then also have this complete God accident, which is that you're really tall.
Not necessarily. I mean, you have to have
probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's some things that go into it. Obviously, some genetic ability, but a lot of it's skill. You got to work on that.
And there's a lot of 5'2" guys with love for the game and skills.
No, dude, it's mostly accident. I mean, honestly, it's mostly.
Aren't
it's
there a lot of
mostly-
6'8" people that are garbage at basketball or don't care about playing basketball?
Yes, but not many.
I mean, life's always got to be hard for that guy that's 6'9" that's walking down the street. Oh, you play basketball?
Yeah,
I
no,
never
I don't.
did.
Yeah, he's just
I would've got a
uncoordinated.
law degree. It's just
Yeah, no, that would be hard. But I guess when I'm with you, it's a freaky thing.
There's a real conundrum, though. What's harder, the 6'9" guy that doesn't play basketball or the 5'1" guy that wishes desperately he could?
It's the same. I think it's the same coin, my friend.
Oh, man, this got
Moshe,
deep. Champ's getting deep.
You know what? You got to put this on your other podcast. This is sort of shit that needs to go to the dog town or whatever the fuck it's called.
The dog tower, that's what it's called.
So when is it like shady where it's like that like thing where you feel like guys are like, takes the sneakers, that kind of, is it like Blue Chips or any of these movies where it's like a little bit, it feels a little greasy?
Nah, I mean, for me, it wasn't. I mean, I had heard about that stuff, obviously, from like older people, and there's always rumors around. Oh, this person got this person got that, but nah, I never got any suitcases, never got any.
You didn't get any free shoes?
Nah, man, no package. I was like, man, I guess I missed the boat on all that.
Yeah, you weren't. Were you McDonald's All-American and all that shit?
I was at McDonald's.
Who else was the year you were?
Guys, you would know, like Kyrie Irving, Jared Sullinger.
And and the guys that I don't know stopped playing, or they're still in college, or they went to Europe?
They just ate too much of that McDonald's.
You know what I mean?
They burgled too many hamburgers.
One thing I will say about the NBA, man, everyone's path is different. They might be overseas. They may be, just finishing up college.
Right.
Whatever it may be. So a lot of those guys, may not be household names that you guys would know, because obviously you roll with the Blake Griffins of the world.
Well,
We don't roll with the Blake Griffins. Neal's a real.
We're both West Siders.
Moshe, did I tell you about the first time I ever talked to Neal?
What's that?
So
Have we
I
already
like-
spoken?
I already
No,
like.
no,
No,
me
I
and
already
him.
like.
Oh, I love this.
I already
Please.
like.
Are you going
this.
to talk shit about
I'm
Neal?
already
Great.
excited.
So I go to a comedy show. Where was it at? It wasn't Laugh Factory. It was one of
The
the
Comedy Store or the Improv or something.
Yeah, it was one of these stores around here, right? So I went to go see Bill. Met him.
Bill Burr. Oh,
Bill
it
Burr.
was at you saw. It was at Largo.
Just by the way, just to interrupt your story for 1 second, just to inform you, all of the comedy people that you have been referencing, it's all been Mark Maron.
Yeah, you're
and
supposed
Bill
to be
Burr.
friends
You've got a
with
very
Kevin
developed
Hart.
palate here.
You're supposed to be friends with Kevin Hart and D-Ray.
I'm not saying you're supposed to be
can't you give me
anything.
Hannibal Buress?
No. You're from Iowa.
It could be Hannibal, kind of.
You're from Iowa City. You're referencing the exact right.
Whoa. Just a little history in Iowa.
Please.
It's not Iowa City.
Ames, where Iowa State is.
Yeah.
Iowa City is where the University of Iowa is.
I thought that's what you said.
No.
Oh, I made a
Iowa
huge
City is
mistake.
2 hours away. Don't associate with them.
But corn
Ames.
everywhere. Corn is
everywhere.
the thing that binds it all together,
Let's
right?
keep us together, man.
Okay, fine.
Sunshine State, Corn State.
So you're at Largo.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see Bill. Bill goes up. Okay, does his thing. Then they're like, oh, Brennan's performing. I'm like, Brennan, Chappelle
He's
show.
an asshole. He's cantankerous.
Yeah, I think I follow him on Twitter. He gets up on stage.
People tried to block you once.
Probably. I thought he was, the guy introducing Neal. I didn't think he was actually him. A little caught off by the appearance.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, okay,
Wait, why? Did you think he was black?
I thought he was just bigger.
Oh,
I thought
sure.
He was, I thought
That's
he was kind of
interesting.
like a taller.
Sure.
Guess what, fuckface? I thought you'd be fatter. You're skinny as fuck.
Yeah.
So he comes on
stage.
TV has 20. TV
Yeah,
has
no,
20.
it really does. Like you're weird. Like Blake's skinnier than I always think he's going to be too. Whenever I see you guys in person, I'm like, these NBA guys are fucking skinny. But you're the right body weight.
Yeah.
You're the correct body weight.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
okay, so Neal comes on, he's puny, and you're like shocked at
So
his
I'm a little
physical
like, man,
diminutive
you know,
nature.
I don't know what kind of show this is going to be. I mean, I thought this guy introducing him. This is the guy.
Yeah.
A little taken aback. Does a great set. So afterwards, I just sent just a normal tweet.
Nice
man,
tweet.
Neal Brennan did a great job tonight. Boom. Follow.
Oh, man.
So I was like,
They-
okay,
That's all-
like-
sometimes
What was
that's
a
all it
bigger day
takes.
for you, when you got drafted into the NBA or when Neal Brennan followed you?
Probably
Don't tell
when
him.
the DM came.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
yeah,
DM.
when the
DM
that's what-
yeah.
right.
We're having a little conversation. I'm like, do you like basketball? Because, some people do, like Jim Gaffigan, right? No basketball whatsoever. Like, yeah, I'm from Indiana. I don't really watch basketball. Even that's where it started.
Yeah, even though
Really
he's dead
confused
wrong.
about that.
Yeah.
Right. Then you got, Bill Burr, like, diehard Celtics guy, right? Through and through.
Yeah.
So Neal's like, yeah, I like basketball. Me and Blake Griffin are friends. So I'm like,
I said it like that.
Yeah.
so I'm thinking
Friends.
like,
Over DM, you said it like
Friends.
that.
There were 3 F's for friends.
so I'm like, okay, like, maybe he went to a Clipper game, sat courtside, dapped him up. Maybe he's like, no, we're friends, and we like text
Yeah.
This is
a
all over
lot.
Yeah, we text. We
know,
eat.
I'm- Nobody doubts that.
basketball, X's and I'm like, wow. I mean, gee, it's my
Yeah.
fault, man. Like,
Yeah.
And
But then I think I said, "Are you didn't I say are you really friends with?" You were like, "Yeah, I'm cool with Dave." And I was like, "Are you actually cool with Dave?"
Yeah.
Or and then you were like, "Are you actually cool with Blake?"
and then you're like,
And I
yeah,
was like, "Yeah, I'm actually cool." Yeah, it wasn't as like me and Blake are friends.
Let me ask a philosophical basketball
Yeah.
question
Go ahead.
that will lead us into probably the elephant in the room that we should be talking about anyway. So far now.
Oh, no Ray Rice questions. That's his only caveat.
Oh, is that the caveat?
That's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
caveat.
Okay. Well, and you
we can talk around it.
You can decline this question if you want. Obviously,
Okay.
you already know that because you've done pressers and stuff before. But so now I've met 3 NBA players.
Yeah,
Wait, who are the 3 though? Because I could say
Barron, Blake, and you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely the most boring of the 3.
No, but I wasn't going to say you guys are boring. Although that is sort of what I was going to say in a grander scheme. Is like you've all been very like sweet, funny, like thoughtful dudes. And is there a reason that the NFL is so rife with these sort of behavior issues, and the NBA seems like not that they don't have their problems, but it's like not on the same. Is it just because people are hitting each other?
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't wear pads. We're less aggressive.
It's
But,
it's
nah,
the nature of the sport. It's the nature of the sport. It's what
The
draws.
nature of the sport draws more aggressive
It's
people.
the characterological part of it.
I mean, I have a lot of friends in the NFL, so
I'm assuming
it's
they're
based on individuals. There's,
Yeah.
To each their own. I mean, I guess it goes by the individual. I wouldn't say the whole NFL is like that.
Not
Maybe
at
they've
all.
had 4 or 5, 12 bad incidents recently. I mean, I don't want to indict the whole NFL.
Not
Right.
at all. But when I think of the greater sports,
no, but you're more likely to have a Adrian Peterson. Although
Here's what
no,
I-
you know what? The second one is where
It's
I
just,
was like,
it's just less head trauma.
Here's what I think.
Yes,
when
and
I
it's
think
also
when I think of the
characterological.
sports, the
and
major
the guy who
sports in
murdered
America.
NBA guys ain't nobody in the league murdering people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When
You know what I mean? Like
when
that
I think
kid
of
who murdered last year.
When I think of the 3 sports, I think football, violent crime and weird shit, head trauma, baseball, steroids, basketball, cheat on their wives. These are the things.
I mean, what about
I
hockey?
honestly don't think
I
you're
mean,
hockey.
wrong.
I don't know anything about hockey really.
Extremely
Canadian.
aggressive
Hockey-
sport.
Yeah, the most aggressive.
Violent, aggressive, but I don't think that it's not. They're not. There aren't many incidences with those
because they're
guys.
Canadian.
And we
What
just
I-
let soccer get a pass.
Yeah, soccer's not even in the
The World
conversation.
game just gets a pass.
I don't
on
know
all
enough
their
about
athletes.
soccer.
I don't have nothing to do with
know
that
what they
shit.
do.
Yeah, I think the NBA guys cheat on their. I think that's true because you guys are on TV more, and you're more exposed physically, and you don't make more money than baseball, but it's all guaranteed money.
But
That's got to help.
Somebody,
And but I
Everyone
also
cheats on their wife. I mean, man, that's a bold accusation.
the NBA cheating on the wives.
Yeah.
I was trying to do a little
You
bit.
can't talk about it. What I would say is, how many guys on your team are loyal to their wife? You can't answer the question.
All of them. Just say all of them.
There's some good tea right here.
Yeah, there's nothing you could. There's literally nothing you can say. Like it's just the way you're on the road. It's just like that's what it is.
I don't think we got a good team though. I'm not trying to be biased. I'm just saying the Warriors got a good team.
Yeah. You do have a good. And you have decent guys. David Lee's a decent guy. Klay Thompson, Steph Curry seems like a decent guy. Jay O'Neal seems like a decent guy. Although he had beef with Blake, and I will DM him if I need to.
Very good
Blake is my friend.
Somebody said
you gotta check Blake. I mean.
Yeah, what did he do? What was that with Blake?
I mean, Draymond, it kind of.
What was the deal with Jermaine O'Neal and Blake? What was that fight about? Can we talk about it? Because I've never asked.
Because that's not a Ray Rice question.
No.
I mean, I don't know the specifics. I'm just out in the court, but I think I think there was just some words exchanged,
right?
And I think you just got to know who you're talking to. I mean, maybe. Jermaine O'Neal can back up everything that he says,
right?
In terms of what they're talking
about.
But
Blake has told me, and I don't. You can confirm or deny this, and that there's like a level of talk that guys don't go past. And
I mean, you can go past that level if you're ready to,
right. And then there's just like once it goes like ugly, it's like, dude, come on, like we're all adults, and like we're all like a millionaire adults. Like let's not. Like, this ain't some street shit where dudes are like... I've just heard him say where guys will say something and it'll be like, what? Like, guys will actually be creeped out by it.
I mean, you can take that next level and it's like, yeah, if you want to go meet someone out in the parking lot, hopefully...
That is such a funny image to
but
drive
again,
it, to drive
you can't meet guys in the parking lot.
I mean, you can.
You can't. You literally... There's security that keeps the
you know how L.A. locker rooms are. We walk right past the Clippers. So if somebody was like, yo, I really want to see you after the game, it could easily happen. Now, I'm going to say probably 99% of the league is not about that life. Right. Rightfully so. But, I mean, if you wanted to, the option is there.
You know who I would worry more about doing that? Bogut. Just a dumb Australian guy.
Well, that's my guy. Bogut's my guy.
No, I'm sure. But he's one of those things like, no, mate, back my way. We don't fucking take no crikey.
That's
my Andrew Bogut.
That sounds really
like no, you fucking.
I don't know. People fight on the court, don't they?
No, not really.
Most guys leave it on the court, man. It ain't like people are. Yeah, I'm just come see you after. People walk out the locker room like, let me put my street clothes on. Let me go meet someone.
Let me put my $1,000 outfit on and go see this dude.
I mean, but do you think that there's something to the fact that? I mean, just on this basketball thing, but because of there's a couple of different ideas about basketball. One is that because it requires so little financially to figure out how to play, that the NFL and baseball are both have expensive. They're expensive to get into,
especially baseball. There's not a lot of baseball fields in black neighborhoods. Apparently,
you have to have the whole field, right? Yeah.
You do with football too, but I've heard there's it's worse with baseball.
Yeah, well, somebody was describing basketball as innate nature as improvisational, and like. Maybe that. Do you think that could be part of it too? Is like it attracts a mind that is.
It's a characterological. Here's what I think, and you can answer this. I believe a little, but I'm at the age now where I'm going to pop something.
But you used to.
Yeah. I believe guys like good rebounders are in. I think it's characterological. Kevin Love's a good rebounder. Because he's kind of I've told this to Kevin too. Like he's got like a little brother's personality. I feel like someone explained rebounding to Kevin Love once, and he was like, "Okay, I'll go do that," and just did he's just sort of like got that sort of personality. Rodman was annoying. Like there are guys. Joe Kim, that's a classic characterological. That he's like a hyper.
What do you mean when you say characterological?
Characterological meaning like these guys are. They're kind of annoying.
Basketball players?
No, these guys that are good rebounders. The guys that are good rebounders.
Good rebounders, okay.
Because what they're doing is like bumping people and like tipping shit, and there's something annoying about being a rebounder. Joakim Noah is basically like if LMFAO was in the NBA. Like, so he's a perfect example of a guy that's just like annoying and doesn't mind slapping and like, whereas guys like you are more just like, I'm going to stay out by the elbow and see what happens.
Yeah, I got to mix it up this year, man. I got to get in there, get in the fray a little bit. First 2 years, I never rebounded well. I was kind of like, man,
there's a lot of shit going on.
You're like, I'm not annoying enough at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you take a good nice run, but it wasn't like, this year I got to get in the frame. I got to mix.
Is that your decision?
It's my decision, man. I gotta help the team, man.
Do you did you work out? Did you lift weights or anything?
Yeah, I try to make myself a little more elusive this summer so I could kind of dip and dive.
Yeah. No, but is it, you need to be like stronger to get rebounds, right?
Yeah. I mean, you do. You have to make sure your body's, in good shape. But a lot of it's mental, man. It's just saying, like, look, when that board gets off the glass, like, I'm going to go get it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Joe Kim has, like, ADD.
Yeah,
he has ADD. Kevin has ADD. I really believe that. I believe, like, Robin has ADD. I think that really helps. I think DeAndre might have it. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something about that, like, thing of, like, I got to go. There's going to be a thing, and I'm going to jump, and I'm fucking get it. Like, there's something annoying about rebounding.
Well, why wouldn't Westbrook be a great rebounder?
Why wouldn't who?
Westbrook.
Because he doesn't have to be.
Oh, he just chooses.
He doesn't have to be. And he's not a bad rebounder for a guard, right?
No, he's a good rebounder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, you proved my point for me, young man.
All right,
so let's get back to Iowa.
Are we going back to Iowa? Because I had another.
What did you have?
Another elephant in the living room.
Yeah,
question. But it can take us back to
Girls?
Iowa.
I mean, this is like a dark sauna right now.
No, I know it's very hot. We're in a room. It's been 100 degrees,
and we
LA,
always record in the dark so that the champs guests don't know that we're not black. But that's the first time you ever found that fact out. Here's a question: Iowa, did your mother use corporal punishment on you? Did your mom hit you?
I was disciplined.
And what are your feelings? You have children?
Look at this, fucking answering like a Marine.
I know.
I was disciplined, sir.
Do you have children?
Nah.
If you had children, and I pose this to you too, would you hit them? And what do you think of corporal punishment? That's in the news right now too. But I mean, I don't know from where.
It's red hot.
I'll
go
first. Comedy
first.
podcast.
Yeah, that's what. No, there's nothing funny.
CNN with Moshe and
there's
Mr.
nothing
Brennan.
funnier than hitting kids, man.
Yeah. Did you get hit?
I got hit. Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
It's hard for me to say because I always want to do that thing where I go, I got hit and look at me, and then I remember, oh, that's right, I went to rehab when I was 12 years old. So I'm not so I can't make the argument, but I don't feel traumatized by it. Even though my mom actually hit me on a level that was probably over the line.
Yeah.
It wasn't like torture, but I don't feel like I bring that with me at all into the world. It doesn't bother me. I never think about it. But I did have a fucked up childhood.
I think it's in you, though. I think it's in me too. I didn't get hit a lot, but my brother and sister did, and that's in me. Like
you think it's traumatizing by itself?
Yeah, I think it's traumatizing in and of itself. Look, I feel like the picking a switch, that shit's as old as time.
Yeah, I never had to switch.
Yeah,
switch is pretty intense.
But I know 1,000 people that got pick a switch. So,
would you hit your kids? Oh, you don't want to say.
No, he can't now.
Right. Oh, I guess not.
He's got a contract year coming.
Right. Are you?
I don't think I wouldn't hit my kids. But I understand that there are. What I will say is there are physical consequences to life.
And also, somebody was saying like, who's very anti-hitting. I was watching this Facebook feed go crazy.
Right.
It was like, you wouldn't hit your girlfriend. And I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't put my girlfriend on timeout either. It's not my job to discipline my girlfriend.
See, that's where you and I are different.
That's where we park paths.
See, I put many girlfriend in time. They don't know it.
Yeah.
But I'll put them on freeze. I'll put them on like I'm not texting you back. Although I've been good about that. So you got disciplined. What does that mean? Your mom, you get.
I mean, I'm not over here saying I got the switch, but I'm over here. It wasn't like a ruler to the hand type thing. You know what I'm saying? It was. You
got spanked?
Yeah.
And you don't. Do you feel traumatized by it?
Personally, I don't feel traumatized. I feel like it definitely gave me direction of who I am today. Because had I not had that, who knows where I'd be.
And was it late?
I probably would have been like Joey on stage.
Yeah. The Felipe, you mean? I think
Felipe,
the Mexican.
Felipe? You think no? That's more than a couple hits from a switch.
Yeah.
That's,
did you? How late was it that it actually affected the direction of your life?
Oh, it was early. I mean, the disciplining for me was over before elementary school was over.
Oh, it stopped.
Oh, so like,
stopped. Yeah,
it
was like
6, 7.
It was like
that's right when you hit your first
hyper disciplined for like 3 years, and then it was like.
Did you? Were you a good student?
At the time, I was not. I was more of the class clown. That was more my avenue. I thought I was going to make.
What was your bit? Were you like a farter? What was your thing?
It was more like interrupting.
Yeah,
trying to be that guy.
Was it all white people?
Yeah. I mean, they laughed at my jokes.
White and Asians.
I love that, man.
Well, white people love black comedians.
And also,
goes back.
also when there's a approaching 6'8" only black kid in your class, you would laugh. You laugh at the joke.
I remember I had a teacher, man. She told me when I graduated from high school, she was like, "I'm so glad you made it through high school. I never would have thought you were gonna make it."
Oh,
really?
She was like, "I thought you were gonna drop." I'm like, "Wow, like teacher's job supposed to be to, like uplift students."
No,
like,
fuck
that was a
all
great
that.
job you did.
I remember when I was just got sober, I was walking along in the beat cop in my neighborhood. This dude, Officer Joe, I said hi to him, like an asshole hi,
right?
Like, hello, officer, because I knew I was clean at that point, and there was this bum asleep on the sidewalk, like full on, Hollywood style, like full, and he pointed at the bum. He goes, "You see that? That's what you're gonna end up as." And I was like, "Thank you, officer. Have a nice day." And just walked on.
And you were like 14?
I was 14.
He must have hated you.
He fucking hated me. He did hate me. Yeah.
All right, so then you go to... You didn't stay at Iowa State long, right?
No, I mean, I went to school at UNC.
Or you went to UNC. I'm sorry, yeah.
I was in Iowa for
How was
18
UNC?
years.
Okay, will you talk about college athletics? Because I think...
Depends. What do you want to know about college athletics?
No, not what do I want to know. What do you not inherent... Well, first of all, UNC has a lot of shit about it.
Come on, man.
The school he went to is
Don't
like...
trash my school.
No, I'm not. The school he went to is like a classic basketball school, but like there was a thing lately where a guy came out and was like, "Oh, I never went to class. People wrote essays for it, all that shit." Do you not think that it's a farce? Can you go that far as to say college athletics, the fact that guys like you are getting paid in education a $22,000 value for $300,000 work?
Would you? Oh, because they earn that much for the school. You mean?
Basically they go, "Hey, we're gonna pay you in education." Meanwhile, it's like they might as well be paying them in fucking vegetables. Like they're fucking paying you in some
compared
shit.
to what they're gonna get.
Yeah, A, compared to what they're gonna get, and B, it's like most of these guys, particularly football and basketball players, are not there for education, and no one pretends they are. Harrison Barnes, your thoughts?
That's like 8 different questions in one.
No, I know.
Welcome
Just
to the
talk
chance.
about it.
I mean, the system, what you learn when you get there is like, obviously if football and basketball are making the most money, right?
Right.
Well, the proceeds and the revenue, from what my understanding is, it goes towards helping those other programs that don't make that much money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously I don't know what the numbers are for that, but we probably supported,
most
60%
field
of it.
hockey, like shit that's not popular.
Of course. So I mean, to say it's a farce. I mean, I love my college experience. You know what I'm saying? And
How long were you there for?
I was there for 2 years.
Got it.
And I mean, the biggest thing I took away from it was, the memories that I had with my teammates. Dudes I still talk to this day.
Yeah.
But to say that you get $30,000 for $300,000 worth of revenue. It's hard to say because if you can't pay players because.
Okay, so you don't think they're ever going to be able to, like all this Ed O'Bannon shit and all these lawsuits that are happening now?
How do you, you're going to give a basketball player more than someone who plays field hockey?
I think so.
I have a question.
To what extent though? So if
I had another idea for it, which is
high major versus low major, stars of the team versus role player.
Right. Well, let me ask you this: do you think that you could be in these people could just go into the NBA and they don't need the college?
Well, no, there's a law in the
education of
NBA. The
basketball?
NBA, there's got to be a year between high school and the NBA.
But I'm not even asking that. I'm saying, is there something fundamental to becoming skilled enough to get into the NBA that you must get in college, or could you just go straight in if the rules were different? These people who are excelling.
Honestly, it's personal preference. To me, going to college helped me mature a lot as a person. I think anyone that, even if they stay for 1 year, just that experience of just being on your own. Like, it's hard to go from like, okay, I'm an 18-year-old kid, I'm living in my mom's house to, oh, I'm a lottery pick. I'm making $2-3 million. Like, I'm on my own. Like, you have no idea what concept of money or anything like that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think if you even go to school, even if it's 1 year, right? Obviously, I went for 2. I thought 2 was great for me personally. Each person his own, but
LeBron didn't go to college. Kobe didn't go to college. Plenty of guys didn't.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Yeah.
There's tons of people that didn't.
I don't know if this is analogous at all, but for some reason it made me think that in Israel,
it's not. Anyhow,
in Israel, all of the people who go to college have gone through 2 years of military training. So the attitude in colleges there is a lot less like, we're going to party and like throw kegs out the window. You don't see that as much in college in Israel because they've already gone to the military, so they're 2 years older. So it's maybe like a similar thing, like the reason that people
they went to the military, smoked fools.
Well, because if you start from the concept that basketball is a sport that anybody can pick up, so maybe you need there's some things in college that you need to grab.
No, I think it's good. I just think it's a farce when North Carolina is this like. They make $40 million a year. They're a business. They're a business. How
much do you pay a college? That's the breakdown, right? It's like
how much
do you pay a college athlete?
Well, what do you think would be a better? Like the things I've heard is like give you 5 scholarships, meaning you can then dole out. Not like you can dole, but like 5 people that wouldn't be able to pay otherwise. Like you get to a guy like you gets to award them, or like. And just like, bitch, you trying to go to school?
I mean, you can do a lot with that.
If they just want to pay you in barter.
But then you get to your earlier point, which is, do you pay stars more than you pay other people?
I think so.
So you give them contracts like exactly like in the NBA, just with scholarships.
Yeah, it's like if you're a projected liar, it's like, okay, we'll just look at the rookie wage scale and. Oh, you're guaranteed $5 million this year, so we'll give you $5 million in college. Like,
well, no, it wouldn't be competitive with the NBA. But it would be. But the fact that the NBA makes you got to go to Europe for a year, or go to China for a year, or go to college for a year, that's odd.
And what do you think we should go two or none? Mandatory 2, or you go straight to high school?
Then the college student gets to cheat on his girlfriend, not his wife, like just to get you ready.
Yeah, absolutely. It is good training for cheating.
Yeah,
it's good cheating training.
Yeah.
We also had John Sally on here as well.
Oh, that's right, John Sally, of course.
The college experience, though. I mean, you guys can both agree. I mean, you guys both went there.
I dropped out, son. First of all, I went to NYU, which is like the least.
You said that with such street pride.
I
dropped out,
and
son.
then NYU just took it away.
You went 2 years, bitch ass motherfucker. I dropped out after a year, man.
But you got at least 2 semesters in, though.
Yeah, like 1.5. Yeah.
It's probably a great. One of the
No, it wasn't. It sucked. I stunk at it. I didn't understand the point of it. I was at a college today scouting a location for a shoot, and I was like, college is the worst.
Well,
it just doesn't appeal to me.
For you, it's not worth anything.
Yeah.
The truth is, for comedy people who have a brain that's developed enough to do comedy, it's kind of a waste of your time. You might on some weird level learn to think, but other than that, you're kind of just like spinning your wheels.
It's a mechanism that forces you to read 100 books.
Which is real good for a
Which
person.
is good, but and then explain them to you. No, you read them.
No one's got a degree at this table.
I have a degree.
Do you really?
So
you went to
UC
UC Santa Barbara or something?
I'm sorry?
So you're just trying to be here to brag.
No, you asked the question.
I mean, you said that with so much.
Who, you mean the professor?
These are your plaques up here.
Yeah. No, you're in my office right now. I'm the dean of the school, actually.
Jeez.
All right, so then you get, what number were you drafted?
Drafted 7.
7. Who was drafted ahead of you? Kyrie Irving, I'm assuming.
No. So we were in the same high school class. He went after 1 year.
Right.
People in my draft class: Anthony Davis, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Bradley Beal.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, his mom. Did I send you that article? There's another article. I might have sent it to. I'm like my mom with like. They sent you an article. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. I believe his mom keeps all of his money and pays him an allowance.
No, that was Michael Carter Williams.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael Carter. Did I send you that one?
How old is this person?
He's 20, 21, and he's in the NBA. He's great.
And he allows his mom to do it, I guess.
Yeah. And he gets sponsored. I don't remember the specific of the article, but what did you think of it?
I mean, to each his own. I mean, personally, I like to see where, each one of my dollars and cents that I've earned is going.
What are you doing with your money, by the way?
That's a great question.
I have someone I consult with, but every check is written through me. Every dime that's moved is done by myself.
But do you have investments and stuff like beyond like in banks? Are you starting businesses and stuff like that yet? You thinking about that?
Thinking about that. I mean, it's
you
gotta get
knowledge. He's 22.
Right.
You get knowledge about that stuff. You don't want to just
young man.
In Silicon Valley, man, you could put your money into everything and think it's like the HBO show.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you? All right. So you basically you don't have a business manager?
No, sir.
Why not?
Well, I need a business manager for.
So you understand how to do quarterly taxes and all that shit?
I mean, I have an accountant. That's different from a business
Okay.
manager.
All right. So you have an accountant do all that shit for you.
Yep.
But otherwise, are you incorporated? Harrison Barnes Incorporated?
I can hear people turning the podcast off.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
this is no. This is interesting.
See, you're getting way too far, man. I'm just let me just accumulate a little bit of wealth. My job is to focus on
Right, but if you're
ball
incorporated,
in the cup.
And
or told you this.
getting the rebounds when the ball doesn't go in the cup.
Getting the rebound.
Yeah, that's their new
He's
goal.
over here asking about, am I incorporated to have a business manager? I mean, I know you hang out with Blake a lot. Little different.
Now, Blake has a business. You know who it is, by the way? It's Neal Brennan.
We are friends.
They are that close.
He is my client.
I thought Will Ferrell was managing stuff out of the Funny or Die Street.
Yeah. All right. So you haven't bought crazy cars, watches, because you have a rookie contract, right?
Yeah, no, I have a rookie wage scale. I mean, I took care of my mom, my sister,
Cousins.
Now, no cousins, man. I take care of the immediate family.
You haven't gotten any calls from cousins? Hey, man.
I didn't say I didn't get any calls. It's just, I'm only taking care of the immediate family, man. I take care of them. So I got drafted, man. I took care of them. After that, I just really chilled. I mean, that was the biggest thing for me. I mean, growing up in a single parent home, my mom grinded, so
right.
I just take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Know my sister. You know what I'm saying? Whenever she wants to go to college, she's good. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really need.
How old's your sister?
She's 15.
Oh wow. That's so you're 7 years apart, 8 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you do you watch guys and go like, wow, are there guys on your team where you're like, wow, he's fucking rich? Like, is there a class thing at all, or is it just like you're all wealthy guys and whatever?
I mean, when you're coming up, obviously when you're a young guy, when the vets take you out, obviously they pick up the bills. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, that's an expensive bill. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting X amount of dollars a year, and you're like, this guy's getting 10x of what I'm getting, or 5x, whatever it is. It's like they offer to pay for things. They offer to get you gifts, all that kind of stuff. So
gifts, I like that.
You finally get your free shoes.
See, I'm a third year now. I don't get any gifts. When I was a rookie, you kind of get a shower with that stuff.
What do you get? You get gifts?
Yeah, but here's a rookie gift, and then obviously you have to do a whole bunch of chores. But then
I've heard the chores thing. I've never heard that there's a gift.
Yeah, well, explain the whole thing to the people that don't know, like me.
I mean, it's a gift. For example, let's say it's like, here you go, Rook. Here's an iPad. You're like, oh, thanks. Wow, what a nice guy. Needless to say, you might be taking that guy's car to get it washed for the next,
And that's like a hazing thing. You have to do it, kind
not
of.
hazing. It's just kind of like it's a rite of passage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you just do it for the year.
And who selects? Anyone can ask you for a favor?
Anyone can ask you. And if you get attitude, that's when it gets worse. People fill your car up with popcorn, put your car on bricks, take off your tires. I mean, I saw some
anyone
crazy
can
stuff.
come up to you anytime during your rookie year and say, go get me a milkshake. And you got to be like, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
And these are like millionaires telling other millionaires to get them like.
They're it's millionaires telling 800,000aires, right?
Millionaires telling thousandaires. Yeah.
But what do you make? You 800,000 the first year?
Not you, but one.
Oh no, that's the minimum's 800,000. So 1.2 or something.
474 at the minimum, I think.
Yeah, no, you're about right. And so that's funny, and you just had to do it.
Yeah, I mean, most times it's like the people that were the worst. When they were rookies, they had vets that just hated them a lot. So those guys are the guys like, well, they got me when I was a rookie. I'm gonna get them now.
What's the worst thing that you had to do?
Honestly, I really didn't have to do too much.
You had to fuck
I
Steve
did whatever
Nash?
they said. Huh?
You had to fuck Steve Nash?
Come on.
Come on,
man.
Now he doesn't like me anymore. Hey, I'm just trying to come up with jokes,
Fuck
man.
Steve Nash.
I'm just
Why leave Steve Nash?
Geez.
To me, that's
Force
a, fun,
Steve
to me,
Nash
that's a
out of
funny
it.
image.
It's a fucking MVP
Some
you're talking about.
Some perverted veteran that's just like, yeah, well, I got hazed pretty hard myself, so you got to suck my dick.
This
exactly.
guy with the degree.
You got to suck my dick, rookie. I had to fuck
All right,
Steve
look,
Nash, rookie.
Look, I apologize, but I feel like it was a brave joke to make.
It was a
might not have
good
been
joke.
fun. Yeah.
It
was
effort.
Yeah.
He's done talking.
Okay. All right. So what do you do about? So last year your coach was Mark Jackson, and he was super. Are you religious?
I am.
Oh, you're religious. All right. So he would like
Man,
pray.
I feel like that just trying to take the wind out of it.
No, well, I was gonna say it's like.
Well, no, that's why
pray.
you wouldn't fuck Steve Nash because it's an abomination.
It's against,
I'm just trying to get this joke off the ground.
It's so.
Steve's gonna tweet you now, man. He's gonna
Oh
put
no,
you on the block
don't.
list.
So
That'd be great.
So you didn't mind all the praying and all that. You didn't feel like I'm sure there wasn't that much praying, but he made you guys go to church and all that.
Is that
shit?
true?
I mean, he didn't. He never made anyone go to church. I mean, there was an option to go.
Were there people that resented that?
I mean, I don't really. I mean, it's kind of like. I mean, it's the NBA. You know, it's kind of like everyone has their own set of beliefs. Everyone has their own what they want to do, and it's like here's an option. If you want to go to church, coach is preaching at a church. It's not like if you go.
Oh, he was a preacher as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really.
He was an ordained minister.
So it's not like if you go, he's gonna show a favor on you, and if you don't, he's gonna resent you, or the players are gonna resent those. It was nothing like that.
That is a funny image, though. Your coach, who's like the alpha man on your group, being like,
yeah.
And I also am giving a sermon if you want to come. You're like, oh God, all right, yeah, I'd love to come.
Yeah, but he was black, so it's like he's very like pastoral. He's very.
No,
like,
I'm just saying, as a young player, you probably would feel a little bit like I should probably go. Go. I mean, a little bit at least. Be like, no, coach, I don't believe in that. You could. I
mean, it wasn't like that was what made it so unique. It wasn't like a pressuring environment like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, look, this is chapel. You know what I'm saying? You go to chapel if you want. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a few guys would go, but it wasn't like, okay, if you didn't go, you felt pressure.
Where is chapel, by the way? Is it at the arena?
It's at the arena. It's like 60 on the clock, like an hour before the game. It's like a little room.
Oh, it's just for the players.
It's just like players from both teams go in there.
Oh, I misunderstood. So he wasn't like.
No, he also preached at like First AME or something in downtown LA.
Yeah, he has a church out here, but no, I mean like chapel, like it wasn't Coach Jackson leading chapel. They have chaplains at every team, and like both players from each team, like go in there.
And it's Christian.
Yeah.
And what about the like Muslim and Jew? Forget it, not the Jew. There aren't any Jews, but Muslim and et cetera. Like, did they have their own thing?
He's talking about Israel. I'm
just saying. I know the demographics of NBA players that are Jewish, and I think it's like a guy named Morty. But I mean, I don't.
It's not even. There are no guys named Morty.
I would assume.
Oh, you got Omar Caspi.
Apostrophe Orty.
Omar Caspi, right? Isn't he?
Oh, there's one.
Yeah, I bet he is. Yeah.
And then the kid from the Mavericks.
I mean, honestly,
you're talking to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the one giving me the pitch.
No, I get
it. Israel.
Well, that's what we do. We pitch. We don't always know what we're talking about, but we definitely pitch.
That's a thing that at our job there is no. At most jobs, there's no chaplain.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's one of those things. It's like that you guys just take for granted. Like, oh, here's chaplains. No, there's no chaplain. We don't talk about it. That's why I asked the question about like, it's like, especially Mark Jackson being like, yeah, it's like,
it's interesting.
It's a job where your boss is also a bastard. It's a weird thing.
But sports have this weird connection to like Americana and sort of tradition that it feels like it doesn't feel weird to me that you say you guys would pray together.
And a military thing.
Whereas if you said, oh yeah, at the Laugh Factory there was a prayer session upstairs. Like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Because sometimes I'm trying to think what team does it. Maybe Oklahoma City. I think they like in the arena. I think they may pray
during the game.
Like before the game. I think it's like maybe like a prayer, and then like they go into the Star Spangled Banner or something like that. Or some arenas do that.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
And they pray to Christian God. That's what they say.
So
Christian
weird.
God.
Yeah, I mean
Jesus. Like that's very specific. Like even non-denominational. First of all, the fact that they play the pledge, the fact that I was thinking about the other day, the fact that we say the Pledge of Allegiance every day in school is so fucking weird and brainwashing.
They don't do it anymore, I don't think.
Is that true?
In school, they don't. You've been there more recently than us. I have no idea.
I mean, no, I think back when I was growing up, we did like in like elementary school, but I don't think now they do it.
Really? No.
They must.
No,
well, no wonder there's so many people fighting for ISIS. They're not pledging allegiance to the states.
Children who are listening right now, to our child listeners, tweet us.
Go ahead,
let
tweet
us know if you are saying the Pledge of Allegiance right now.
Okay, so then all right, so we talked about North Carolina. Were you worried about going into the draft?
Oh, I have a question about that too.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I wasn't worried. Obviously, I had a decision to make after my freshman year. I chose to come back. We had a great group of guys. Thought we were going to win it. It didn't happen. And then my sophomore year was kind of like, you had that meeting with coach, and it was like, it's just time. It's time to go.
Did my question was, when you entered North Carolina, did you already know I'm good enough, I'm going to make it into the NBA, or did that happen?
I mean, you have confidence. You have people telling you that, but even I'm sitting in the green room, right? You only get invited to the green room if hypothetically you're going to get drafted in the lottery.
Right.
Even then, I mean, it's still like you don't believe it. Like, I'm here, I'm in my suit, my family's right next to me, but I don't believe it till I hear my name, till I walk on that stage, till I get off the stage. Like, just get off the stage.
Yeah,
like,
cash the check.
Let me just go somewhere and just like pinch myself real quick, just to make sure I'm not dreaming. Like, it's crazy.
Do they fly you there? Do they fly your family to the draft?
Yeah, I think they did.
Did you look yourself in the mirror in the bathroom, splash cold water on your face, and point at your reflection and say, you?
I was shocked, man. I mean, I was just sitting there. I don't even know what I said in those interviews. I was just on a high.
That's such an
it was just
singular
crazy.
and interesting human experience.
Yeah.
Where all of your physical and mental everything has come into being confirmed by the entity that ordains you a yes or no. It's like such a weird platform, and then
it's so
cool.
That's the weird thing about your jobs, is that it's so public. The whole thing is public.
I mean, you're thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get drafted. You know what I'm saying? Gonna hug my mom, hug my sister, like dap up my coach, give a couple peace signs to my boys up in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna swag up to the stage. You know what I'm saying? Dap up David Stern. Throw up the peace sign. Then when it happens so quick. Like, all that's out the window. You're just like, hug, okay, walk, like, whoo, like just breathe.
Yeah.
Like, okay, stairs, like lift one foot up, just don't trip, don't have this day remembered like that.
And that is actually the difference when we were talking about comedy earlier. Like, the 12, you were saying, like, that's a new up-and-comer. That dude has been doing it for 12 years. Is like, there's no moment as much like that in comedy. Like,
there is like
first special.
Yeah,
but you're already.
But even that's
10 years in. So by the time you get to that first special, you go, yeah. I mean, I deserve this.
I should have done this 3 years ago.
Whatever, because it's this weird slow burn, and you can get your show picked up, and there's kudos for that. But it's
never public like that. It's never on TV. They never go like, here's what we think is going to happen. This is his gifts, all this shit. There's nothing like that in any other part of life, I don't think. Because even when you like get on one of those 10 people to watch things or whatever, and it's sort of a nebulous thing.
Exactly.
It's kind of cool, though.
The biggest moment, I think, that we watch publicly in humanity is the Olympics, because that's even more immediate than the NBA. Because at least you're going to school, and then you go into the draft room or whatever, the green room you said. But the Olympics is so crazy because it's like everything's leading literally to one moment. Like, your life as a basketball player isn't over if you don't get drafted, correct?
No, you can still go overseas. You can come. I mean, Danny Green, you know what I'm saying? Like, went overseas, came back, he's a world champion now. You know what I'm saying? Started on a world championship team.
Yeah. And did you have what's the dumbest thing you bought?
Great question.
Dumbest thing I bought. I think I went to like FYE. I don't even know if they have those anymore.
The record store?
Like the movie store. Mm-hmm. I remember I just bought like a ton of movies. I'm like, man, I'm just
a DVD.
Like,
that's a stupid
I was
purchase.
like, man, I'm going to catch up on all these.
No, at this
technology.
point, buying DVDs is the stupidest thing.
I never watch DVDs anymore. All Apple TV. Like,
and this is like a year and a half. This is 2.5 years ago.
That's having real fuck you money. You're like, I'm buying technology I know is going to be.
Yeah, this shit is going to be obsolete. I don't give a fuck.
Now, fuck the world. You're throwing them in the air.
Man, let me all these DVD, all these movies
Yeah,
I've never seen.
Anchorman, I've seen you 4 times.
Give me a Blu-ray. Give me a Laserdisc. Give me a Betamax.
I remember halfway through my rookie year, I finally discovered Apple TV. I'm like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
Like, what a waste.
Yeah.
It was like...
You looked at a wall full of DVDs. They're all above the rim DVDs. You're like, what have I done?
I mean, Goodwill just got a killing that day.
Do you think
It
about...
hit the come up.
Do you think about your body a lot? Meaning like we don't really. I mean, everyone's trying not to get paralyzed. Everyone's trying fat. You know, like everyone's trying to be like health is something you kind of can't appreciate until it's gone. But like with that shit with Paul George, do you look at that and go like, woo? Because that's the thing. Seth Meyers made the
Paul George. Break it down.
This basketball player was playing in the Olympics and had one of those compound fractures where your leg just snaps.
Right.
And all dudes were like near tears, like all the Olympic
Everybody
basketball
playing
team.
with him.
Yeah.
Because of what it meant to his career.
His career, it seems like could be okay, but it's just one of those things of like, this is like when guys go down. I guess you kind of can't worry about it, right?
I mean, you can't worry about it, but I mean, there's been enough injuries in the NBA that, I mean, no matter if you're in, you're in the heat of the moment, you know what I'm saying? It's, it's that game winning shot. If someone goes down hurt, it's kind of like that stuff's aside because you have to think, look at how many guys have been injured and haven't come back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you look at that's someone's livelihood and the people that depend on him. You know what I'm saying, and kind of you take that step back from it being that competition, and it's like man, it's just like everyone kind of comes together. Like it's not like you're the enemy anymore.
Yeah,
and we need to win. It's like everyone what can I do for you? I feel bad for you. I'm praying for you. Whatever it is, it totally changes the dynamic, especially like with someone like PG. Dude, look at his story. Dude just worked hard. Like, he finally, like, I'm saying, he got to that, that top level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's right there with the elite, and then injury like that. Obviously, I think he'll be able to, knowing his work ethic, come back and be cool. But that you sit there and
do you think about it like? Because I don't know. It's like there are times when, like, as like our brains are a number one thing.
Oh yeah.
So I not like I won't do drugs because of my brain, but there are times where I'm like, did I ever tell you the story where me and Chappelle had done mushrooms like this after the second season of Chappelle's Show? It's a huge hit.
You met Charlie Murphy?
No, that's a different time. No, it's a totally different scenario.
You must be doing this a lot, man.
No, we used to do shrooms a lot. But we did it, and this is like we're in Italy writing sketches for the defunct season. But so we both did shrooms, and then like for the next couple days, I wouldn't be able to remember what this plastic thing is called. And I go like, what is this called? It's like
a bottle.
It's a bottle. And then so I went to Dave, and I go, hey, are you having a hard time remembering things? He goes, yeah. And I thought like, we fucked our brains up,
right?
To the point
like that.
Yeah, we're to the point of like, oh, this is never gonna. I completely fucked my thing. I fucked up my livelihood.
Right. I mean, do you think that like walking down the street, like, holy shit, I could just turn my ankle right now, and then all of a sudden, my livelihood is gone?
I mean, like that's
you can't live like that.
No, you can't live like that. It's part of the game. It's like being like, okay, if I go up and dunk. There's a chance I could come down. I could hurt myself, or if I make a hard crossover. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. Like you can't think about that, or else you won't be able to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you really won't have a job. You really won't have a career. It'll be over,
that's absolutely right.
I always think about that on fighters walking out to the ring. Like there's a little part of me that wants them to like trip on the way, like on the way out during their thing. And just be like, oh, I can't fight. I just broke my hand. Like, oh, okay, well we're done, I guess.
Yeah, that happens to NBA players. And what's the biggest surprise for you about life in the NBA?
Life in the NBA, probably just the grind.
Right.
I mean, it's easy to say, oh yeah, I played 30 games in college, and when I get to the NBA, 82, oh, that'd be nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can do 82, like it's cool. And then you go through it the first time, you're like, man, like you're having those cliche moments where it's like, and what hotel room am I in? Going up to the 14th floor. You're putting the key in the thing. You're like, man, what's going on? Someone opens the door, like, excuse me, can I help? Oh my gosh, like,
right?
Yeah, I'm
completely in the wrong room. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. And then you have like no idea. You go down to the front desk, like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah,
I need a new key to my room. Sure, what's your name? Harrison. There's no room under that. Oh, my alias.
Right.
Jimmy, do you have some ID? Like, no, there's no ID. You know what I'm saying? It's that whole thing.
Right.
So.
No, it's crazy how absolutely everything, even a thing as big and fancy as being an NBA player, can become rote and just like what
pretty
you do.
quickly,
Very
too.
quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it as you get older. You kind of like, obviously, from my first to my second year, like, I got much better like managing that stuff. Like, okay, like this is how much rest I need to get. Like, this is why I need to eat better. You know what I'm saying? Because my rookie year, I was like, oh, cool. I have money to eat well. I can stay in a nice hotel. Like, oh yeah, let's just live it up. And it was just like
per diem.
Mm-hmm. Live off that.
I want a per diem. We should get a per diem going.
I know.
So yeah, I mean, you just have to just take those lumps. You know what I'm saying? Those times where you're just like, man, this season is really long. It's kind of like reevaluate things, but when the playoffs come, you definitely get that second win.
Well, what can you do to? There's not much you can do. It's like that thing where there's back-to-backs, and it's like you're just gonna lose. Like they have back-to-back games on the schedule. Like they play on Thursday, and then they play, and it's like a scheduled loss. Yeah, like
more often.
Proportionally,
more
teams
often.
Lose. It depends. I mean, for us, we're a pretty good back-to-back team. Now, obviously, I mean, it's always gonna be tough. I mean, there's never any easy game in the league. You know what I'm saying? If you're playing, Thunder Spurs
You know,
back
actually,
to
I
back.
saw,
That's always
a
tough.
team, the Harlem Globetrotters. They seemed like they were having a very.
They are
easy
having.
game.
They are on
every
a
game
crazy
I've seen them
winning
play.
streak. These
it's
guys.
like, it seems like a very easy.
If you
easy.
have not seen these guys, it's clown basketball.
I mean, I
You
saw
know
them
how-
one time when they played the Generals. Who they
Yeah,
played
yeah.
since then?
No,
Well,
they really were like literally just running circles around those guys. It was so. It seemed so easy.
I'm sure
That's
they put
all
on
we're gonna
a
say.
great show.
No grind, no back to backs. They can't. There's no dip with those guys.
Right.
Just every day.
Yeah, there's no. They play back to backs. They win. They have an undefeated back to back.
It would be nice
But
if the
they're
last
deep.
game, the Harlem Globetrotters, when they were going to give up the brand, if they finally let the Generals
You're
win.
like, go ahead, you motherfuckers.
They got to.
Yeah, they probably
day.
should. So yeah, there's not much you can do, right? Like,
Nah, I just want to say you just got to go through it. You know, once you go through it and kind of see like, okay, this is what 82 games like. Then like in the summer, you know what to do, right? It's like, okay, well, this is why I couldn't make it through the games, or if you did make it through, like this is where I was tired, that's why I didn't do better. Then you focus on
what
that.
do you do? Focus on conditioning or something?
Well, so for me, I want to change my body a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to, shed off some of the excess weight I had, drop my body fat percentage a little bit.
Really? Where was your fat?
Yeah, it was all over, man. When you met me, I had a fat face, man.
Is that true?
Wait.
Now my face looks like yours, man.
Yeah, like AIDS.
Yeah, y'all got that AIDS face. That's wait. So the question is, you're saying you wanted to lose that weight or do whatever to your body so that your body could hit the mark it needed to keep up with the grind.
Yeah, I want to increase my conditioning because, like, once you go into the season, it's not like, okay, yeah, I'm coming out of shape.
Yeah.
And so I'll just get in shape in 82. Like, that never happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you come in as, you maybe make a little bit of, strides in terms of maybe getting a little stronger, maybe getting a little bit better shape, but it's mostly maintaining. So it's like you want to hopefully build up to a level where you can just maintain that throughout the season.
Right. And how tired are you at game 82? Like, how tired are you at the end of game 82? Like, do you need a month vacation, or could you do that forever?
So I remember my rookie year, I was like, we were in Portland, and I was gone. Legs were just not under me, like non-existent. And I was just like, man, that was a long season.
Did you play?
Yeah.
And you got in, and you were still like, "Oh, I'm barely professional."
No, I was like, man, I'm just a bad basketball player at this point. Like, my shots were all short. You know what I'm saying? Barely get up at the rim.
And it happened at the last game?
Yeah, last game.
Do you ever do you think that it's something? You know how when you really have to shit, and
I'm listening.
You're
Go
doing
on.
okay, and then you are about to get into the bathroom, and then it becomes a fucking.
I was talking about this the other
emergency.
day. Your body. This is what I love about the human body. My garage is in the basement of my building. When I pull into the garage, my intestines and asshole will basically go like, "We're gonna take a shit, everybody," and it basically starts.
Yeah, but do you?
And
think
it's
that,
like,
do you
how
think,
does my body
Pavlov and his
know?
dogs, man.
Is
The
our
garage door
exactly?
opens.
Well, is our
Yeah,
is
you're
our
absolutely
big emergency shit the same as your 82nd game, that your body gave you what it knew you needed, and then on 82 was like, we are done.
I guess in a way it was like that because when the playoffs hit, it's like, okay, let's rev it back up. Like,
Yeah, 'cause you play
somewhere
good
out
in
of
the
nowhere, legs are fresh, like you're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? It's money time. So,
Right.
Yeah,
So really, there's no difference between professional basketball and having to take a really bad shit.
I don't.
You heard it
I
here.
can't think of one.
I can't think of a single one.
Are you travel tired though, or is it just your body is physically like your body is just aching tired?
Now, the travel is a lot, too, especially like when you go on long road trips. You know what I'm saying? You're staying in a lot of different hotels, a lot of different weathers. I remember I got sick one time. We were traveling. Obviously, we leave. It's, 70 degrees in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
You go to Milwaukee, it's minus 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to New York, it's, minus 5.
Yeah.
You go back to the Bay Area, it's 75 degrees. You know what I'm saying? It's just like.
Do they give because guys don't get colds that much, right? Or do that?
You get cold when you change. If you're.
But are they giving you B12 and all that shit? Like, is it part of like the
B12, a lot of vitamin C, actually.
No, but you have fucking dudes that give you that. You're a machine.
Yeah,
Do you ever feel like a machine? Like, do you ever feel like you're a human piece of equipment? Like, just like the number
like
40,
a robot?
get out there. Like,
you mean like a robot in the
like
government
robot.
agency that is the Warriors?
Yes,
kind of?
like we have this one guy. He's 6'8". We'll send to the 6'8" guy.
Yeah, sleep is. I don't look at it as let me get some rest. It's like, let me just hop on the charger real quick.
Right.
Yeah, but in a way, that's true. Like, If I'm doing TV the next day, I'll always be like, I have to sleep because otherwise I'll look
your life
fucked
definitely
up.
does get ready. It's like, I need my chicken and I need my broccoli. You know what I'm saying? This is what I need. I need my water. I need my special drinks before games. I need to perform. I need to ice. It becomes very.
Your
need
Coke
to
water.
cheat on my wife.
I need to
all
cheat
the
on my
rituals.
wife.
Every one of.
I need to whip my kids.
I need to shit. I need
I
to
need to
shit,
shit.
after I get into my basement.
Yep.
I think we figured it out.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of that is how it goes.
The chicken and the broccoli, anyway.
So this year, what are your goals for yourself?
Man, goals for myself, just be better than last year, man. Obviously, I mean, we talked about last year, you and me, but Moshe wasn't there. It was a god-awful season for me personally.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, you're a Clipper guy, so
No, but I don't know. Like, like I said, I didn't know one season for the next.
Yeah, no, it was a bad season, but obviously just working on my game, just trying to simplify things. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing that I tried to do this summer. There's a lot of things in my game that need to be polished up, and you watch a lot of tape, and the biggest thing is just simplify, man. Just break things down, make it very simple.
What do you watch when you watch your own? When
just
you
like,
watch your
highbrow and lowbrow.
Thank you. No, when you watch the tape of yourself, what do you think?
Well, last year when I was watching, this is awful. Oh my gosh!
Like you just think like when you're bombing, do you kind of know you're bombing?
Well, so it's like okay, so it'd be like me and a coach, right? So we're sitting there. So like all summer we're sitting there watching tape, and it's like, the play comes up and you remember it, right? So you're just playing in your head like, well, I remember what I was thinking in that play, and then you see it, right? So obviously when you hindsight is 2020, so you're watching like, oh, that was an awful shot. But in the game, you're like, okay, yeah, slash into the lane, like, oh yeah, throw up the floater over DeAndre. When in actuality, it was like driving to the lane, jumps into the triple team, like throws it at DeAndre, completely off balance.
That's a great. That's really makes me curious. Like, what is in your brain when you're playing the game? Anything? Are you doing play-by-play like that? Are you making karate chop noises? Or are you thinking about broccoli and chicken?
No, I mean, you're talking to yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You're like, if you let's say you're jabbing a guy, like, jab, he backed off you. Okay, jumper. You know what I'm saying?
It's like you're doing color commentary in your own brain for your game.
Yeah,
that's so fascinating.
You know what I'm saying? Then it's like if you really like heat up, you may like have like little outbursts, like, yo, let's go, or like, okay, heat up. You're like, whoa. I'm crazy. I'm certified crazy at this point.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
But no, that's interesting that you
It's
are.
like the guy from NBA Jam. He's heating up. Like that's going on in your own brain. Exactly. Jams it in.
And do you feel like? So is it more like because you guys study more than people think?
Yeah, watch a lot of tape.
You watch a lot of tape and you practice a lot. So is it just like is it almost going through reps where it's like? I was watching Taj Gibson the other day. I was at USC scouting, and he was practicing. It was like he was just doing the same move over and over again. But it was like, is it like when the guy puts his elbow on your left side, you just go like, I spin right? Like, is it that?
Yeah, I mean, it's understanding. So, like, the point of watching tape is like, okay, so you go out and play, and you do a move, right? Let's say it's, a right to left crossover, step back, and it's like, okay, well. When you're stepping back, you're not squaring your hips up, and you're shooting this shot when the defender's contesting your shot. Like you should only do this shot if you're creating space. So, for example, like let's say Taj Gibson is going out there and working on his hooks. He's probably watched tape and said like, look, this is a shot that I can go to all the time.
Yeah,
and I just need to practice repetitively so that when I get in the game, and boom, guys got his elbow on me, he's playing me a certain type of way, I can do this hook shot, and it's money.
It's like some Mr. Miyagi shit.
Pretty much.
It's like you just get into the zone so that it becomes instinct.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is, in a perfect world, you've mastered your craft so much so that, no matter how someone's playing you, you have something you can go to that you've practiced. You don't want to be using moves in games you've never practiced before because you can't be productive that way. Some nights you may have 30, other nights you may have 4. Like, that's how it'll be.
Oh, when no one's on you, what do you shoot? When in practice,
what spot up?
Just like from the elbow.
From the elbow, I can probably shoot 80%.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mean, you know
when no one's on them, because Blake told me the same thing.
Oh, I see.
When no one's on them,
from the elbow means
just They
Just
can
when they're
make
by themselves
every-
on the court, 80% of the shots
Yeah, you
go
make
in.
80%, but it's like in a game, it's like, oh, you shot 45%. Like, man, that's a great shot for the season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just,
Yeah, and
It's totally
is it? Do you ever take into account like adrenaline? Like you feel stronger. Do you have to think about that shit
yeah.
when you go up, or is it just muscle memory?
No, I mean, I try to do my spot up shots. You know what I'm saying? When after I've I've lifted, I've worked out a little bit, so I get like the in game feel. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Right.
it's easy to like walk on the court and be like, man, I feel great. You know, I haven't even stretched. You know, I'm feeling great. You know, jumper's great, and then you get into a game. You know, it's in the third quarter. And you got to shoot that same shot, and it's like, you know, you're fatigued. Maybe you got banged up. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe whatever it is, you got hit in the elbow.
Yeah.
You know, your elbow's sore. Whatever it is, you have to make sure that muscle repetition is still with you.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we
got
did
shit we
it.
gotta do.
I feel
all
like,
right.
look, as a dude that doesn't follow basketball that
That's
closely,
like
this is
it's interesting for you.
interesting and philosophical, so I like it.
What it's like to do that job.
Yeah,
This
and
human piece
to me,
of
by
equipment.
far, the most interesting thing is to think about you doing color commentary for the game that you're currently playing. I mean, I just love that. And the announcer's voice is your own voice, and there's a little teeny tiny basketball court in your head that somebody is sitting in the sidelines of going, he's making the shot, he's making the shot.
Do you want to announce ever?
Nah, I mean, I can never be a coach, a commentator, or anything.
Why?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just a hooper, man. Like that, I realized like that is my avenue, and I think like if I try to branch into anything else,
No, well, you got time though, man.
I just don't think that's me.
Hey, he's just a
right,
simple
what are you
man.
gonna do?
He's a simple man playing a simple game that will one day cheat on his simple wife.
Jesus.
Jeez,
Jesus
hope not,
Christ.
man.
Just
Jeez.
kidding, just kidding.
Just kidding. All right, Harrison Barnes, everybody. Follow him on Twitter. He's good on Twitter. And
Watch the Warriors
Golden
play.
State Warriors
Oakland,
basketball, 82 games.
bringing it all around.
Look for his body to give out on game 82.
Come back in the playoffs.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Now you're fucking with the champs.